You're looking at a daily chart of the Nasdaq, and I'm doing this a little early today. There's probably about 40 minutes left in this session. I've been called away. Some people on Twitter were saying that I have a tea time to go to, but that's not it. It's not nearly that important. But I have to do something this afternoon, so I'm going to get this report done early. I'm becoming a little more or way more sanguine on the markets, a little more positive. Why? Because the Nasdaq's still below the 200. So why would you become any more? Why would anything change? But you do see this blue bars of accumulation here. And this since the calendar has changed in January, the character has changed. The advanced decline line and the up-down volume favors the bull. So yeah, the Nasdaq is the laggard. It is below the 200. But this to me looks like it, could be forming a bottom here. Here's your 10,088 on October 13th, and we retested it. And this could just very well be another bear market rally where it gets rejected at the 200 and takes another leg down. That's quite possible. But the Nasdaq is the laggard, so you got to look around at some of the other indexes that are performing a little better, and some of the exchange traded funds that are acting well. This is the S&P 500 index, and this is right at its 200 simple moving average. So that needs to plow through there for me to get super aggressive. But that one certainly is looking better. This mid caps, they blasted through here last week, and sustaining what was this, Monday? No, this is Monday here, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, so last week it traded above it, and now is showing strength as it goes through. It's 50, and you can see the golden cross there as the 50 goes above the 200. Isn't that nice? The IWM, this one is above. This is the Russell 2000. The Market Smith doesn't give me the Russell until later on, so I have to do the IWM, and this one is 2% above its 200. So, the only one that's really lagging is the Nasdaq. Below its 200. And here's the Dow. You see the golden cross here, and it's trading. It's the leader in the clubhouse here. But I can go back to the Nasdaq here and just show you that it is still 5.7% below the 200. So even it could have another 5% rally and get rejected. So caution on the Nasdaq, but we know what's going on. There's the Apple and the Tesla and the larger cap technology stocks are dragging it down a little bit, Adobe and Microsoft. And there's a lot of underlying strength there. I'm going to just go through some leaders. I'm going to start with Biotech today. This is a catalyst, keeps making new highs. I mean, what can you say? Broke out back here, and it's just trending higher. And any stock making new highs. We'll take a look at a weekly. This is a little consolidation here, and now it's just running higher. So the fundamentals are good, the technicals are good, and so let's move on to stock on our watch list this morning. DCPH, this one is up nearly 3% today. The volume is declining here. We have a closed market on Monday, so I expect some profit taking after such a strong week on Friday, but we'll get back at it next Tuesday after the Martin Luther King holiday. These biotech stocks, though, I mean, people are saying, where are the leaders? Where are the leaders? Well, here they are. I mean, biotech's killing it. I know there's 800 stocks in the group, and some of them are in the outhouse, but some of these are living in the penthouse right here. This is RXDX, gapped up here, formed a little shelf. Now today blasted another 8% higher. I mean, this is good action in the biotech space. Here's a CLDX Therapeutics, and let's take a look at the weekly here. Nice consolidation here, breaking out. This looks extended on the daily because it's 5% above its 10 EMA, but it's still, definitely one to watch. And you can see this thing trending higher. Maybe a pullback to the 10 where it finds support would be a nice place. TGTX, I saw this one earlier, was having an inside day, and that's what it's doing, just squatting here inside this nice, had some good news at the JP Morgan conference this week, and I'm going to be highlighting this company this weekend. And I'm glad I waited, because that news that came out was pretty important as far as insurance covering their drug and the time, and the chair that's needed. Anyway, I don't want to get too deep into it. I'll cover it this weekend. Another one is VRDN Therapeutics. This one, making new highs. I mean, what can you say? Yeah, the volume's light, and it's 12% above its 10 EMA. But I'm just trying to show you some stocks that are showing strength. When you go to the retail sector, Decker's making a new high. I mean, I don't really need to comment on these charts. I mean, they're just trending higher. And yeah, you're not going to buy, this stock, 3.6% above its 10 EMA, but it is showing strength. DKS, this is Dick's Sporting Goods, another new high today, and it's 2.9% above its 10 EMA and just trending higher. CROX, you might have heard of this stock. I kind of like it. And this one's showing strength as well. Extremely extended, though, 10.8% above its 10 EMA. So you got to let that one cool off a little bit. TPR, which is a tapestry, the Kate Spade brand. Coach, this is the former Coach about Kate Spade. And this one forming the right side of a base here. You got to look at the weekly on this one. Yeah, look at that nice, it's kind of a symmetrical cup shaped here. So that one's going to probably need some time, and earnings are February 10th, so a month away. And we'll keep an eye on that one. The last retail stock I want to show is ULTA Beauty. Yeah, it's a cosmetics, retail specialty. And I'm not going to do the restaurants today, but you can see that this is just trending in the right direction. There's a lot of retail that I can get to. I love retail, but I'm going to move on to the oil and gas field services stocks. And these ones are just on a roll. 9, I've been mentioning this one, and it pulled back to its 21 and got support. It's up, the last 6 or 7 days. So that thing's trending in the right direction. Here's Tidewater. This one, you got to look at the weekly on this one, because it made this big move after COVID. You can see the base on base on base. Then it made a move, consolidated. Now it's consolidating again and pushing away from its base here. So, yeah, it's kind of extended here, 5.7% above its 10 EMA. But, if you want to, I shouldn't say buy stocks, because you got to do your own due diligence. I'm not telling anybody to buy anything, but it's been more advantageous for me to wait for a pullback to the 21 instead of trying to chase these things. You wait. I wait for them to pull back. Anyway, that's my disclaimer. Do your own due diligence. This is not financial advice. SLB, the former Schlumberger, another oil and gas field services stock, making new highs today. And what can you say? They're breaking out. Nobody likes to buy breakouts anymore, but hey, that looks good to me. OII, Oceaneering International, that looks pretty good. Let's take a look at it on the weekly. Yeah, it's a lot of consolidation here. And then finally, it's breaking higher. So that one looks good, making new 52-week highs. Okay, let's get out of the oil and gas. I want to go to the the machinery and the services, leasing, the commercial leasing group like United Rentals. This one is doing well. I believe making 52-week highs. Look at this consolidation here. That looks sweet. And it is a little extended here, 4.7% above the 10 EMA, and it's got this blue dot showing relative strength. So that one looks good. TRTN. This one was on our watch list, Triton International. It's going to be on our watch list some more, because it still looks good to me, although it does need to pull back. It's 2.8% above its 10 EMA, so let it handle out a little bit. But this group is a number 4 group. So between the retail apparel shoes, the oil field services, and the commercial services leasing, you got a lot of leaders here that are just doing well. Another group that I like is the machinery group, TERX. TEX. This one's got a nice consolidation going on, pulling back slightly today. That's what you want to see. You don't want to see them just jumping out and racing higher. They've got to pull back a little bit. That's if you're not in them. If you own them, you want them to go to the moon, of course. But if you want to get into something and are a little hesitant with this market, that's understandable. Everybody's going to be bearish after getting our heads beaten in for a year and a half, essentially. This is Caterpillar. breaking away from its base once again, strong stock, a big stock, but 3.4% above its 10 EMA. That's a little too extended for me, but it's doing well. And another one in this group, this UK stock, this has been on our watch list, and this one's starting to get away a little bit here. It's 3.4% above its 10 EMA. It's in that same group with TRTN and Caterpillar, and this one looks good as well. I just want to talk a little bit about the semiconductors, because this one was on our watch list and it's just taken off. It looks like it's got a date with par, but the SMH, shaking my head, is above the 200 once again. It's been flirting with this the last couple of months. November, December, it came up, and now it pulled back below the 50 and has rallied back through the 50 and the 200. So this looks good for the shaking my head group. How about ITB, the home builders? Blew me away. These things are completely strong, and this ETF is doing great. But was it KB Homes? The CEO is trying to pour cold water, and all this thing did was go down like 2%, traded down to its 10 EMA and found support and bounce. So that's a telltale sign when they get negative news and they don't, get crushed. That's a good sign for the home builders. I've talked about the semiconductors, the I know, TAN, the solar stocks. Here's TAN. This one's starting to show a little bit of recovery. First Solar is one that this group is now back up to 20. It was down to 70 over the weekend, back up to 20, but this thing undercut its 50 and has just rallied hard right back through and is making new highs again today. ENPH, I don't know what to say about this stock. Maybe it bottomed here and it wants to go higher, but it's kind of a feeble attempt here. So I think you just got to wait till earnings on February 8th and see what they say. And this thing, historically, the way it acts, it'll probably run up to new highs. Anyway, that's it. I'm trying to keep these things short and I failed today. I'll be back tomorrow. We never give up.